All right, good morning, everyone. This is PIN227, Section 2 on July the 7th, 2020. And today we're going to be discussing the ED ending, which is quite common, right? Particularly for past simple tense or participle. And I would like to show you a short video, which is quite interesting in terms of explaining the rules that I'm going to explain, right? This is English. You can find it in YouTube. Let's hear the explanation, right?
Okay, past tense regular verbs. So for regular verbs, the form is the same in the past simple and the past participle forms. Handy, right? The first thing that you need to know is that there are actually 3 different ways to pronounce the ed at the end of a past tense verb. 3. Id, d, and t. The good news is there are 3 simple rules to remember that will help you to pronounce these words correctly. Firstly, ed can be pronounced as id. So this is an unstressed vowel sound, and it creates an extra syllable which is always unstressed. So the sound is short and it's low in pitch. And it's pronounced like this when the regular verb in its infinitive form ends in a T or a D sound. Need becomes needed. Last becomes lasted. Plead becomes pleaded. Accept becomes accepted. Waste becomes wasted. And wait becomes waited. Okay, so these ones are kind of simple. The extra unstressed vowel sound makes them quite easy to pronounce. Waited, needed. The other 2 ways to pronounce the past tense regular form don't include that vowel sound, which means that it doesn't create this extra syllable, and it does create a cluster of consonants at the end of the word. And as many of you know, a cluster of consonants, that's a group of consonants, can often be really quite difficult to pronounce. So let's take a closer look. When a verb in its infinitive form ends in a voiced consonant sound, we pronounce the ed at the end of the word as d. Not id, but d. D, d, d. There's no vowel sound there, right? But what's a voiced consonant sound? I can hear you asking. Well, I've already got a lesson that explains this in more detail right here, but I'll give you the short version right now. These are the voiced consonant sounds. G as in good, l as in love, as in red, v as in vet, z as in zoo, w as in well, n as in new, as in mum, as in sing, the at the end, v as in this, z as in vision, and j as in jam. Right, so if the infinitive verb ends in one of these sounds, then the ed is pronounced as d. Allow, ending in the w voiced consonant sound, becomes allowed. Not allowed. No, this is a really, really common error. It's not allowed, but allowed. It's not sailed, but sailed. Waved, rained, rubbed, loved, gazed, judged.
Stop. ¿Por qué no has aprendido?
All right, that was out of the blue. So the point is that what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be exercising this information. I'm going to share with you. I think I'm sharing, but I'm not so sure, so I'm going to do it again, right? Let me try again with sharing this PDF file. Okay, so in this PDF file, we have verbs which end in ed. Okay, I'm going to make it a bit larger. Let's see if I can make it larger. Yeah. Okay. So the exercise consists of writing the phonetic symbol t, d, or id for each one of these ed verbs. Okay, and there are two examples here. So we have start in number one, start, and started. Started. The as Emma was saying, the extra syllable goes after this final t. So whenever we find t or d, as you remember, those two are alveolar plosive, right? Alveolar and plosive consonant sounds. The first one voiceless, the second one voiced. We need to add this extra syllable, id. So start becomes started, started. Okay. So if we can do this alone, need becomes needed, right? Needed. Now, reach in past tense or with an ed ending becomes reached, reached. And the explanation for this is quite clear and quite simple. The verb reach ends with ch, ch, the affricate voiceless ch, ch. So whenever you find voiceless as consonant sound at the end, you need to add t, which is voiceless. It's like voiceless goes along with a voiceless, and the other way around. Voiced goes with voiced, which would be, in this case, d, the voiced one, okay? So the number 4 would be regarded, right? Regarded. Number 5, decided, decided. Number 6, propped, propped. Again, voiceless, so we need to add a t, a voiceless t, propped. Number 7, locked, locked. Exactly. Number 8, realized, realized, because we have a voice z, realized. Number 9, noticed, noticed. Number 10, bolted, bolted. Number 11, descended, descended. Number 12, glanced, glanced. Number 13, looked, looked. Number 14, renovated, renovated. What's next? Number 15, closed, closed. Number 16, discovered, discovered. Number 17, examined, examined. Number 18, painted, painted. Number 19, permitted, permitted. Number 20, pulled, pulled. It would be a little bit difficult to ask you if you have questions now, right? But I would like to focus on the, well, examined and discovered. All of them have a voiced d, the same as closed, closed. Now the verb glanced does not have a voiced d, but a t, a voiceless t, glanced, which would be glanced or glanced, right, with a long R or a trap. Okay, now in this section, I would request you to read aloud. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this first part in the chat, okay, in the chat room. There it is. And I'm going to copy and paste the second part in the chat room as well. Here's the other part. Okay. I'm going to show you again this. As you can see. So as you can see here, this is a text which is in past tense. Okay. So I'll take a moment to read it on your own. First this part.
Chateau.
All right, assuming that you have already finished, I'm going to repeat with you, or you're going to repeat with me, right? Whenever we go. So let's start from the very beginning. When Bond arrived at the renovated chateau, darkness had descended. He examined the shadowy building. Its ground floor windows were closed and shuttered. He glanced at his watch. He concluded that there was no time to lose and decided to enter. He tried the golf lift front door, but it was locked, barred, and bolted. He realized he needed a ladder. He looked around and noticed one on the grass. Noiselessly, he propped it up against the freshly painted balcony and started to climb. He had nearly reached the top when he spotted headlights approaching. A large car pulled in through the gate. By the time it arrived at the door, Bond had already jumped through the balcony window and discovered the cause of his anxiety. Very interesting text. So we have this character, Bond, who arrived at the renovated chateau, right? And we have a couple of verbs here. Arrived, renovated, renovated, descended, examined. Can you help me out with this one, please? Examined. The next one is closed, closed. And then shuttered, then glanced, concluded, concluded, decided, excellent, decided, tried, lift, go lift, locked, locked, barred, barred, bolted, bolted, realized, realized, needed, needed, looked, looked, noticed, noticed, propped, propped. You read this, he propped it up as one thing, right? He propped it up. He propped it, propped it. He propped it up, right? So you connect propped with it and up as one single chunk. Propped it up, okay? He propped it up against the freshly painted, painted, started, started, then reached, reached, then spotted, spotted, pulled, pulled. Next one, arrived, arrived, then jumped, jumped, and then discovered, discovered. Okay, so this is a very good way when you are reading and then you are spotting the specific words that contain this ed ending. Let's take a look at another PDF file. Okay, I would like to ask you to read this on your own. I'm going to give you some time. Please start here for number one. Read it, considering the ending, please. Okay, now let's go together. Right, number one. I laughed at the joke. Number two. Work is finished. Number three. The snake killed the mouse. Number four. The teacher helped the student. Number five. When I was younger, I wanted to walk on the moon. Number six. We hiked to the top of the mountain. Number seven. James rented his apartment. Number eight. We can't go swimming because the pool is covered. Number nine. That old house is haunted. Number 10. We hunted for her keys but could not find them. Pronunciation of number 9 is haunted. Pronunciation number 10 is hunted. Haunted, hunted. Again, haunted, hunted. Okay, so the verbs are laughed, finished, killed, helped, wanted, hiked, rented, covered, haunted, hunted. Okay. So the endings for the first one is t, number two is it, number three is d, number four is t, number five is id, number six is t, number seven is id, number eight is d, number nine is id, and number 10 is it. Okay, now let me show you another paragraph, and for this one you need to read it aloud. I'm going to give you some minutes, but I want you to pause the video this time. Okay, so please pause the video and read this on your own, and then we're going to read it together, all right, alone. So please pause the video now. Okay, let's assume that you already read the paragraph on your own, and now we're going to read it together, all right? So let's start. The bear jumped out of its cage and into the crowd. She must have realized that this was her best chance to escape. The bear's trainer looked as though he were about to faint from the terror of it all. It seemed like his worst nightmare come true. He scrambled to his feet and started waving his hands and shouting to get the bear's attention. She stopped her wild rampage only for a moment at the sound of her trainer's pleas. She quickly turned back to the crowd and resumed knocking people to the floor. The trainer suddenly had an idea. The trainer suddenly had an idea. He reached into his pocket and pulled from it a large chocolate-covered treat, a known favorite of the bear. He shouted the bear's name once more and turned to face him. She saw the treat and ran in full gallop towards him. He threw the treat into the cage, and the bear followed. He locked the door behind her and fell to the floor in relief. Apparently, the bear valued food more than freedom. All right, so that was a very interesting story of this bear that escapes and the trainer who's actually almost fainting to get it back into the cage, right? So the last activity that I want you to do on your own is an activity that implies that you have to listen and then you have to repeat, basically. Okay. This story is in past tense. I'm going to share with you. Let me share the volume. I mean the audio. Sorry, and okay, the website link. I'm just pasting it in the chat room. Okay, in case anything happens. Okay, so we're going to listen to this. Let me refresh the website. Okay, we want to listen to the recording first, and then we're going to review the script along, okay? Here we go.
Hi everyone, this is your teacher Todd, and I will talk about my day. So today I had a really good day. I woke up early and I read for a bit. I read a book that I love. It's got a really good story. And then I took a drive. I drove down here to the countryside and I walked along the rice fields here and I just relaxed. Then I went to the beach and I sat on the beach and just did nothing. I did nothing. I just sat there and I looked out at the ocean and just cleared my mind. It was a really nice day. So it was a really fun Sunday. I felt relaxed all day and I didn't feel stressed. And now I'm ready for work tomorrow. So yeah, it was a good day. How about you? What did you do today? Did you drive anywhere? Did you go anywhere? Did you talk to anyone? Did you buy anything? Today I didn't buy anything. Oh wait, I did. I bought lunch, but besides that, I didn't buy anything. So what about you? How was your day?
All right, so here we go again. This time we're going to be looking at the script, okay? Here we go.
Hi everyone, this is your teacher Todd, and I will talk about my day. So today I had a really good day. I woke up early and I read for a bit. I read a book that I love. It's got a really good story. And then I took a drive. I drove down here to the countryside and I walked along the rice fields here and I just relaxed. Then I went to the beach and I sat on the beach and just did nothing. I did nothing. I just sat there and I looked out at the ocean and just cleared my mind. It was a really nice day. So it was a really fun Sunday. I felt relaxed all day and I didn't feel stressed. And now I'm ready for work tomorrow. So yeah, it was a good day. How about you? What did you do today? Did you drive anywhere? Did you go anywhere? Did you talk to anyone? Did you buy anything? Today I didn't buy anything. Oh wait, I did. I bought lunch, but besides that, I didn't buy anything. So what about you? How was your day?
All right, so the first part of this task involves that you have to listen again, pause, and repeat.
Hi everyone, this is your teacher Todd, and I will talk about my day. So today I had a really good day.
So you go like, so today I had a really good day.
I woke up early and I read for a bit. I
I woke up early and I read for a bit.
read a book that I love.
I read a book that I love.
It's got a really good story.
It's got a really good story. Okay, so you get the point, right? So the first task that I want you to do is I want you to listen, pause, and repeat. Okay, it could be this video or it could be any video that you can find, any recording that you can find in which the main character or the person, right, who is being interviewed or who's speaking actually, is talking about yesterday, is talking about last weekend, is talking about last summer, anyone who is talking about any past events. Okay, it could be last Christmas, for example, right? Last his last or her last birthday party. Okay, so you listen, you pause, and then you repeat. Okay, small chunks, just sentences, and then what I want you to do is I would like you to have your own text. You can write your own answer to the question, what did you do yesterday, or what did you do last summer vacation, or what did you do last Christmas, or what did you do last I don't know, winter vacation or winter break. Okay, and I want you to record yourselves, right? I want you to listen to your answer, and then I want you to focus specifically on the way you are pronouncing uh, past tense verbs, specifically those ending in ed, such as, for example, we have walked here, right? Walked, relaxed, relaxed, cleared, cleared, looked, looked. Okay, so I'm sure you're going to use many irregular verbs, but focus on the pronunciation of the verbs ending in ed. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to first pick up a text such as this one or any other that you can find in lo.org as the one that I posted in the chat room, or you can find anything in YouTube, right? And pay attention to the verbs in past tense, particularly the ones in ending in dd. And then I want you to provide the answer on your own to the questions that I mentioned before. Okay, this is a task for you. It's individual, so I cannot help you with that one. But we can listen to your answers and texts next class, next session to provide feedback. If I see you tomorrow doing the next session, right? So that's going to be the end of the session for today. Um, Whenever you see this, I hope you are doing right. Goodbye, everyone.